Today's movie delivers almost everything. Sex, violence, cannibals, but no dinosaurs. Damn it, got me again with the bait and switch.
It's a dinosaur's footprint. It's fossilized, that's why it's so well preserved.
Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Michele Massimo Tarantini's jungle exploitation flick, Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. Released in 1985, Massacre comes at the end of the Italian cannibal film cycle. All the heavy hitters of this subgenre are already in the rearview mirror at this point, but that didn't stop the Italians from trying to squeeze a few more dollars out of its corpse.
Where the hell did you learn so much about these bloodthirsty bastards?
For proof of this, look no further than the fact that Massacre in Dinosaur Valley was hailed as Cannibal Ferox 2 in some markets, even though it has nothing to do with Lenzi's classic.
What's more, some of them are cannibals besides. But I hear the god they venerate is some kind of animal.
While Massacre might not be one of the classic chunk blowers of the cannibal film cycle, there's still plenty of fun to be had here. Mostly thanks to veteran actor Michael Sopkiw.
You got 6 shots, Tina!
Sopkiw reminds me a lot of a budget Bruce Campbell in this film. From the shotgun to the slapstick, he's definitely got some Ash vibes happening. Beyond that, this one features a ton of nudity, crazy jungle shenanigans, and everything else you'd expect from an Italian cannibal flick.
We better wait. I'm not going to try and pull them off now, because the tears could go septic and you might get gangrene.
But is it splattery? Let's get to the gore and find out. We fade in on another bus driving through the credits. At least they're not wasting any time, I guess. We gotta get this movie started. Can't be late. Time is money. And it's Michael Sopkiw making what's sure to be the first of many Sick Flicks appearances. Normally, agents will tell their clients to pick an easy-to-remember screen name, and Sopkiw took that advice to heart. His original name was Michael Sopkiw Romanovsky Boyardee. Really just rolls off the tongue. And no, that wasn't really his name before you guys leave me 700 well actually comments. I gotta say, I like the premise of this title card. We've got massacres and dinosaurs. Too bad this film basically mastered the art of the clickbait title 30 years before BuzzFeed. The credits continue. This duck looks unimpressed. Man, riding the bus isn't all it's quacked up to be. Oh hey, look, it's John Landis. He clearly fled to South America to try to elude the authorities after that whole Twilight Zone disaster. Wow, Sambuca got a credit in this movie. I love to drink that stuff. Oh wait, that's Sambuca. Who the hell is Sambuca? Must have been the third wild Samoan. And written by Michael Lemick. Yeah, right, you're not full of me with your American pseudonym, Michele Massimo Tarantini. Fun fact, Italian script factory Darno Sacchetti also worked on this one, but received no credit. Probably because he didn't want to pay taxes. Meanwhile, John Landis is like, maybe I can just make movies here. Trading Places could work if we remade it with a cannibal and some white dude, right? The jokes write themselves. Anyway, the credits finally end when the bus arrives. The good news for John Landis is they're putting him up at the town's finest hotel.
I hope you will enjoy your stay in San Sebastian.
The bad news is this place can't even afford a door. This makes a Holiday Inn on the interstate look like the Plaza Hotel. Might as well just put up a sign that says free continental breakfast and malaria. Inside, we learn that there's been a room mix-up.
Oh, Professor, I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid we don't have 2 single rooms available.
Don't worry though, Sam's Club Burgess Meredith has a sexy solution.
I had another bed moved into your room. That way the young lady could stay with you.
I'm happy with that arrangement. He's my father.
Good thing there's a pool table in the lobby here, because this guy just got snookered. With that all resolved, they're ready to go to their room. But clearly, there are famous people staying at this hotel. Look, it's Budget Borat. How are the accommodations, sir? Very nice, very nice. Man, my Borat sucks. Landis is thrilled with this development. Don't look now, but I think I just found the non-cannibal star for my South of the Border Trading Places remake. Everything's coming up Millhouse. We then jump over to Michael Sopkiw. He's eating a little road banana. No, not like that, you pervs. He's really eating a banana. And we get a little exposition. Turns out he's a bone collector.
I've seen a lot of kinds of work, but someone who collects old bones.
They're not just old, they're prehistoric.
I'd call him a paleontologist, but that seems like overselling it. He's basically a Dollar General Indiana Jones. But enough about that. It's time to jump to a fourth movie where we've got cockfighting.
Pretty good fight, eh?
So wait, they host cockfights in the lobby of the hotel? I mean, I guess it's better than some piano player in the lounge. The real point of this is so we can meet discount Michael Caine and Marilyn Monroe. Say what you will, but high def has not been kind to Marilyn.
When you've got enough strength in you to finally make it in bed, let me know.
At any rate, it's hard to tell who's more henpecked around here, Budget Michael Caine or the Roosters.
And what can you offer me tonight that'll help me to sleep?
Well, I guess I can give you a few of my melatonin pills. Will that help? Their scintillating repartee is interrupted when Captain Stubing shows up. Look, I didn't want to tell you in front of the missus, but I loved you in Jaws the Revenge. Turns out they're taking a detour to the Valley of the Dinosaurs.
He wants to visit the Valley of the Dinosaurs.
The Valley of the Dinosaurs? Oh, yes, I've heard of it.
Which is misnamed because there are no dinosaurs actually there. Yeah, I'm still bitter about this. Naturally, a fight breaks out and Sopkiw makes the first move, telling these dudes that sharing is caring. They're not buying what he's selling, though. This guy's working on his grip strength. While his partner has got heavy deadlifts scheduled. This is one time I'm definitely in favor of dropping your weights. Sopkiw takes a beating, and judging by his wrist injury, he's not going to be pounding one out tonight. So it's fortunate this chick shows up with the assist.
Hell yeah.
And since we didn't get enough gratuitous nudity in the last scene, we now get to watch Sopkiw be a creeper and spy on John Landis' daughter.
Is that you, Father?
Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen. He gets his ass kicked and peeps on innocent women. What a guy.
But who are you? You're not my father.
Oh, I could be, if you play your cards right.
And you better explain what you're doing in my room.
Well, I'm here to pitch my new movie idea. It's about a fossil hunter who likes to peep at naked women in his spare time. I'm calling it Womb Raider. I'm interested, but I'm kind of working on this Trading Places reboot, but I like the sound of this.
I've already done that. He says it's up to you.
Aren't you afraid?
Glasses on, glasses off. Continuity is hard. Later on the plane, John Landis offers up some in-flight exposition.
Down there, the Indians are still living in their primitive state. That's the land of the Aquata. They're also hen hunters. They still practice it.
And things are going great until they fly right into this fog machine. Captain Stubing's like, I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue. And why am I flying a plane? I run cruise ships. Fortunately, they only crashed this toy plane, not the real one. It's nice to see they spared no expense on the effects in this movie. When the toy plane finally comes to a stop, Borat's alive, but John Landis isn't.
The professor just died.
But his mouth moves pretty well for a dead guy.
Come on. There's nothing more we can do.
Marilyn's freaking out, but don't worry. Michael Caine settles her down with his pimp hand.
John! Shut your mouth, shut up!
Now they're traipsing through the woods. Maybe they'll run into Emmanuel or Robert Kerman and the guys from Cannibal Holocaust. I mean, the Amazon was pretty crowded back in the 80s. Film crews everywhere. After some more walking, it's time for the cannibal film tradition, leeches. Sopkiw isn't bothered by this in the least. He's like, ooh, leeches and cream, my favorite. You know the hardest part of doing leech jokes in these videos? They all suck. After that, they wander right into Skull Garden. The way they're mounted on the sticks is really artistic. They're practically sculptures. Eventually, they arrive at camp, and Marilyn Monroe here is showing off her new Cloris Leachman cosplay. Looks great. Do you kids even remember Cloris Leachman? Christ, I'm old. And it wouldn't be a cannibal movie if we didn't have a giant snake. Sopkiw handles this one with extreme prejudice. Okay, more like he casually sets it aside. It's a nice change of pace that a snake actually survives one of these films, though. After more walking, they find water, which is convenient since it means all the ladies can get wet shirts, and this movie had a $0 bra budget. Man, this is the weirdest version of Blame It on Rio ever. This is also a good time for Sopkiw and Budget Michael Caine to square off.
I'm the one in command.
Then give the order to move before it's too late.
I don't think Sopkiw is really practicing good gun safety here. Sopkiw then gets them flying with a Phantom Shoryuken, but Caine has made the classic mistake of bringing a machete to a boomstick fight.
You pull that knife and you're history.
After more walking, Borat wanders right into this pool of piranha.
What's wrong?
Piranha!
The good thing is they're man-eating piranha, so Sopkiw and the ladies are safe. He does make it back to shore, and Sopkiw is like, the good news is you're alive. The bad news is you're going to be skipping leg day for a while. Well, he was alive. But clearly, Michael Caine wasn't a fan of the Borat sequel.
He didn't have a hope, and he was making enough noise to bring the whole Amazon basin down on us.
And with that, it's time for the rumble in the jungle absolutely no one was waiting for. Kane versus Sopkiw. I love that they fight in the water, right where the piranha were. Clearly, these guys aren't the sharpest machetes in the jungle. By God, Cowboy Bob Orton's got him in the sleeper hold! Yeah, my Jim Ross still sucks. And they're still fighting. Someone wake me when this is over. Ooh, there goes a dummy down the waterfall. I mean a real dummy, not Michael Sopkiw. So, if you're keeping score at home, Sopkiw, our hero, hasn't won a single fight in this film. And to make matters worse, he's separated from the team. But don't worry, he's gonna be okay because they're playing his training montage music on the soundtrack. I mean, seriously, has anyone contacted the music cops? This sounds an awful lot like Hearts on Fire. Anyway, the girls get separated too, and of course the cannibals find them. Yeah, I sort of forgot there were supposed to be cannibals in this movie too. Kane and Marilyn are cruising along until she falls into some quicksand. She's like, I've got a sinking feeling about this. And now the cannibals are hot on his heels too. They don't bother chasing him though, they just turn him into a human pincushion with all these blow darts. This is what happens when you go to an unlicensed acupuncturist. The chief rushes in to finish him off and shows his underlings why it's good to be the boss. Eat your heart out, fellas. Sopkiw, meanwhile, is still rolling through the jungle. He finds his dinosaur skull, which is the only dinosaur in this movie so far. It really is convenient when the fossils are just sitting there, not even buried. Back at Cannibal Camp, everyone's put on their best loincloth for tonight's fancy feast. How do we know it's fancy? Because Cousin It will be your MC for tonight's roast. But before things can get rolling, everyone's gotta get high. These guys are putting the stoned in Stone Age savages. Sopkiw is coming to rescue the ladies, but first there's time for more gratuitous nudity. Sopkiw is like, yeah, I like where this is headed. The girls are about to be sacrificed to the worst Charizard cosplay in history, but Sopkiw isn't in any rush to save them. I got time for a smoke. Now he's basically Bruce Campbell and MacGyver all rolled into one as he makes this improvised explosive device. I can't win. Then he introduces them to his boomstick. Eventually, they make it to the canoe and row to safety. But then Sopkiw says this.
We're all right. It's all over now.
Dude, come on. You're gonna jinx it. There's still 25 minutes left in this movie. After that, we get a little something for the ladies. Shirtless Sopkiw. Rawr. They keep rowing down the river right into this trap. Told you were gonna jinx it, man. Lucky for them, he's a surgeon with the shoddy, and he kills the chief. I'm sure they won't be upset about that. They eventually dock so they can get some food. I'll go find some leeches, but really this is just an excuse so Sopkiw can score again. Give me some sugar, baby. Except he has performance interruptus when he finds a dinosaur fossil.
They're so big.
Oh, that's what they all say. Oh, wait, you meant the fossil. My bad. And remember how I said this movie had like 25 minutes left? Well, that's a lot of time to kill, and the cannibal thing is pretty much wrapped up, so why not add leper slaves to the mix?
They run away occasionally.
Man, Francis Ford Coppola really did go crazy making Apocalypse Now. He's still out here in the jungle. They head back to camp, but things here aren't on the up and up.
Karen!
China's got his eyes on the professor's daughter, but Budget Diana Ross here can have the leftovers. Sopkiw, meanwhile, is stuck with the pigs, which is kind of fitting if you think about him earlier in this movie. And he's not really bright. You probably shouldn't talk shit to the guy who has you tied to a stake.
You're a fat, smelly, evil bastard.
I'm not fat, I'm big boned. Words hurt, Sopkiw. I have feelings, you know. Then he gives him a taste of his pimp hand.
Call me a son of a bitch again, you're dead. You hear me?
Back in the hut, Diana Ross is about to do a duet with Belinda Carlisle. This is going to be the weirdest version of I'm Coming Out ever.
Hell yeah.
No, I can't show you this. After the sex, Belinda makes a run for it, or more accurately, a slow jog for it. China gives her a hot lead injection. Again, not like that, you pervs. That night, Sopkiw finally escapes the pen, with the help of pigs. Yeah, sure. Why not? Also, nice pig puppet. He's free, so of course he comes right back and announces that he's there, thus eliminating the element of surprise.
You looking for me, Cheetah? Why the hell did you come back here, you idiot?
Because I'm stupid? I thought we already established that. And to prove it, he walks right out into the open.
Go on, fire!
Jesus, what a moron. Then we get the least exciting climax in jungle film history as they square off with guns and spears.
That's 2 down, Cheetah!
Why does he keep saying China that way? And then he takes one in the leg. B-movie George Michael here is never gonna dance again.
Cheetah!
Things look bleak, but if you thought Kevin would turn the tables by throwing a bag with a rattlesnake in it at China, well, give yourself 100 screenwriters credit, because that's batshit insane and you're clearly a storytelling savant. Also, I spoke too soon earlier about it being a nice change of pace with no snakes getting killed. Then Sopkiw nails China with the spear like this is a track and field event at the Summer Games. Stick around, pal. With China dead, Sopkiw clearly has nothing left to live for, so he's apparently going to become a suicide bomber. Oh wait, he's going to release the slaves, who run right into China's soldiers and are slaughtered. God, Sopkiw really is the worst hero ever. Has he done anything right so far? Then he uses the professor's daughter as bait.
Well, let's shoot her for a start.
Way to get her almost killed. But then he blows up everyone. Good job, I guess. She's pissed, but he's like, give me some more sugar, baby. And then the helicopter ex machina shows up. I love it when a plan comes together. They steal the chopper, abscond with China's jewels, and almost crash again.
No joining the Mile High Club on this trip.
Oh, Sopkiw, you crazy bastard. And still no dinosaurs. I feel ripped off. By the time Massacre in Dinosaur Valley came out, the Italian cannibal and jungle exploitation film cycle had largely run its course. Billing this as Cannibal Ferox 2 was a great marketing idea, although Tarantini's film pales in comparison to Lenzi's film. By the later stages of this particular subgenre's lifespan, the films felt cheaper, overly familiar, and less interesting. Massacre in Dinosaur Valley hits all the tropes you've come to expect in these films, but it's nowhere near as compelling as Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, or even Mountain of the Cannibal God. What really saves this film is Michael Sopkiw. Our bargain basement Bruce Campbell amuses me for some reason, especially in this film. He's like Ash and Homer Simpson merged into one. But enough about that. Can Massacre in Dinosaur Valley serve up 5 barf bags of human delicacies? Let's go to the gore card! In terms of gross anatomy, Massacre in Dinosaur Valley sort of delivers. We're treated to a plane crash, several shooting victims, 1 cannibal dinner, a piranha attack, and 1 spear impalement. In less gross anatomy, we're treated to a lot of full-frontal female nudity. For a cannibal film from Italy, this one is nowhere near as gruesome as the classics. The gut-munching scene is passable, but I cannot give Massacre in Dinosaur Valley more than a 2 barf bag rating. It's not a super sick flick, but it is fun if you love trash cinema. Looking for a more extreme jungle movie? Then be sure to check out my review of Cannibal Holocaust. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters. By the time Massacre in Dinosaur Valley came out, the Italian cannibal and jungle film exploitation... Oh, that's easy for you to say.